Johnny Purvette paving truck, lowboy. He's fixing to turn into his property here in just a few minutes. But that's him above on the other side of this green truck here, bringing in his commercial equipment that he uses to do paving with. And he lives right there. There he goes. That's what he's bringing into his property. That's his residence right there. Right there. That's his property. That's what he's taking into his property right now. Here comes Johnny Purvette paving in. There's the time stamp and date, and this is a lowboy that he has parked on his property, and this is what's on the lowboy. That is that's a paving machine and a roller coming into his property here on Staley Road in E.FORT.MYERS, Florida. Why? Because the county code enforcement agency says that he's not operating a commercial business out of his property. But as you can see, all that equipment is headed down the Staley Road there where he lives on. Google Johnny Purvette paving, Google it, and you will see where he lives and what's on his property from Google. Here comes Johnny Purvette paving in with another load of heavy equipment that's going to be put on his property here on Staley Road. All you have to do is Google Johnny Purvette Paving and Son, and you will see the address where he's taking these, which is in the back of our dead-end residential neighborhood and agricultural neighborhood. That's Johnny Purvette paving lowboy coming in to our neighborhood. This is the second load that he's brought in, not today, but one yesterday at 4 o'clock, and now he's bringing this one in and going to his property here on Staley Road in E.FORT.MYERS, Florida. But according to the code enforcement agency, he's not running a commercial business out of his agricultural property. Ain't that right, Joel R. Bennett, Code Enforcement Agency of Fort Myers, Florida? Well, here comes Johnny Purvette Paving Company back out, and it's empty now. As you can see from the timestamp and date, that lowboy is empty. So all them three equipment that he had on there is sitting on his property down there on Staley Road at the end down there. That's Johnny Purvette Paving right there, and as you can see, he's going back to get another load of equipment to bring back to his property here on Staley Road in E.FORT.MYERS, Florida, that the code enforcement says that he's not doing or operating out of his residential property. Oh, I'm sorry, it's agricultural 2 property, excuse me. Supposed to have cows and horses and stuff like that onto it, but there's not one freaking cow on it, or horse. This is how I find out things about pieces of property. That's Johnny Purvette's property right there. And This is the strap number. And if you click on the strap number on your left or your right mouse button, this is what comes up. And I just clicked on permit issues. And that there is a complaint number. Right there is the record number of the complaint that was put in today or this morning after I followed that truck to his property. So if you click on that complaint number, it goes to here. Operating and storing commercial vehicles and equipment on agricultural property is what the complaint form was made. Now, this has been going on for 10 years. I filed a complaint and that Joel R. Bennett closes it because he says they're not running one. So who's lying? My videos or Joe R. Bennett of the Code Enforcement Agency of Fort Myers, Florida? Like I said, this is the complaint forms for Johnny Purvette Paving and Company right here. That's just one of 2 pages. There's another one. That's all the complaints about this man and this company that's operating out of Staley Road in East Fort Myers, Florida.